Good evening, class. How you all doing? In chapter 26, along came a better offer. Students hunted for helpful resources and sage advice on how to land that entry level position. On the internet and in the career services office, they found many different materials that would help them, such as job search checklists, professional networking tips, guidelines on the cover letters, and resume writing that will help them with their interview preparations. The situation at hand was that a lady by the name of Emily Parnell was a top student in her class with an excellent GPA. She also had great leadership skills that helped her out a lot, and she was trying to find a new job that would help her in her field. Emily's dream job was to be an management at a advertising agency, preparing preferably at the East Point location. Months had flew by and she still had no job interview. She later would secure several interviews. She said the agency she went to didn't seem to have that much energy in her or create a vibe with her. She then became uncertain with her decision. Now, the second person that was talked about in this story was Josh Murray. He was similar to her, but he had a relaxed, laid back, and patient personality. Josh had spent an extra semester at his university. He thought about jobs but didn't start researching for them till November. Josh received months of rejection. He soon was offered a job at the Interad Media and got the job, but he realized the job wasn't anything he thought it would be. The challenge was that Emily was starting to have second thoughts about her job decision. During her interview, she told her bosses that she had accepted an offer with a firm in Boston. Josh, on the other hand, was liking his job after the first 2 weeks, but he was offered another position on at the direct message advertising. He had asked his professor what should he do, and his professor told him he should stay at the job for at least 6 months to a year. In conclusion, Emily and Josh's stories both were similar to one another. They both accepted the new jobs, but then later had second guesses about both of them. But Emily kept a great relationship with her company by being honest about her thoughts and her feelings before starting other position. While Josh's approach of it was completely different. For a short period, he just flat out did what he wanted to do, and he created a bad relationship with his first job that had invested so much in him already. For this last chapter out of the ethics media book, it was better than all of them that I had read, because this is actually real life situation that actually goes on a lot, because some people, that first decision they make, they kind of regret it because they feel like they just jumped at it, they just bid on it because that was the first thing that came towards them instead of just waiting to be patient. But with Emily, I feel like she did a great job with communicating with her first job and address how she felt about being there, because you don't want to stay somewhere where you're not happy at. But at the same time, I feel like she should have just stayed there just a little bit longer. But sometimes people feel like they can't stay somewhere where they feel like they're not happy at. But Josh, on the other hand, he just flat out just didn't care, to me personally. I feel like he just left without even consulting with anybody at all. But he did do a great thing though. He did get someone he trusted advice on his professor. He should have listened to the professor instead of just up and leaving like that, which I think. But to each his own though. But I feel like he should have just stayed. But uh, Josh and Emily both had similar problems, and they were just alike in some ways. So she was a female and he was a male. But Josh should have also talked to someone else and got a second opinion instead of just his professor, because his professor is just someone he know that taught him well. He should have got like a parent advice or somebody like that advice. And that's all I have for this last chapter. It was a great book to read, and thank you all. Have a great day.